Welcome back to the first weekly reading of year 2022. I'm your host, Francy Rawls.
And I'm Sinclair Bennett.
Sinclair, how is your New Year's going so far?
So far, my New Year has been going pretty well. How about you, Francy?
I am good. You know, new year, new things, new opportunities.
So with the new year, we recently had a ceremony on campus that we haven't had since 2020. What was it, Francy?
It was honors convocation. I was so excited.
Yes, I was excited too. We both got honored. I was on the dean's list and the honors list. What list were you on?
I was on the dean's list.
Okay. So afterwards, we got to take some photos with VP Colson and President Wash, as well as any other faculty and staff that we wanted to in a 360 photo booth. What was your favorite part of the event?
My favorite part was working behind the scenes and actually taking pictures of the other Bennett Bells.
That's really exciting. A lot of sisterhood there.
Yeah.
Let's check out some highlights from honors convocation.
Sometimes you have to speak victory during the test. And that's just what you young women have done while matriculating at Bennett College.
And the award goes to you. My sisters of the tried and true, the Bennett Blue, we celebrate you. We celebrate you. Thank you.
Jessica Parks, Interdisciplinary Studies, Honors List, Fall 20, Fall 21, Dean's List, Fall 20, Fall 21. Breon Perkins, Political Science, Dean's List, Fall 21. Francy Rawls, Journalism and Media Studies, Dean's List, Fall 21. Monteria Reaves, Social Work, Honors List, Fall 20, Spring 21, Fall 21. Dean's List, Fall 20, Spring 21, Fall 21.
You come from a long line and lineage of bookish, erudite, learned women from Bennett College. It is a sisterhood of scholars.
So we're back with Monteria Reaves. Monteria, you've been covering some of our virtual ACES programs, so what was that like?
Yes, so it was a very great opportunity for me to cover those programs. One program I covered was the HBCU 2020. Dr. Johnson, I had a chance to talk to him about his fellowship and partnership with DreamWorks.
Are you going to be working for DreamWorks soon?
I have applied for the internships, but hopefully I will.
Awesome. Let's look at some highlights from ACES HBCU 2020 program.
Whole was started in 2017 by a young lady named Nicole Tinson. She went to Dillard University in New Orleans, HBCU. Then after that, graduated and went to Yale. And what she noticed was that, there were companies that came to Yale to this Ivy League with like these, crazy cool opportunities, right? And they came with red carpet and champagne. So she made it her life's mission to give students at HBCUs the same type of experience as those at Ivy League institutions and public white institutions. So with that being said, the organization itself was founded on a social justice foundation.
What kind of students do you think that do best in these opportunities?
Hungry. You got to be hungry. And what I mean by hungry is just that ambition. I need students who, not only believe in themselves, but just I need effort. The cool thing about HBC 20x20 is that we don't care about GPA. We don't really care about major. Let me stop lying. The major really depends on the opportunity that we have. So like our Tech Forward Fellowship, you have to know how to program. Your major doesn't matter, but you have to know how to program. So experience is actually more important to us than major.
In your journey of finding internships or people to intern,
Have you seen anybody who reflected you when you first started college?
You know, when I started college, I was a bit lost. I never forget, I went to Chicago State University for undergrad. And when I had first touched down on that campus, it was my first experience at a university. I wasn't the student that the college counselors believed in. And what I mean by that, like in high school, I didn't go on any college trips. They didn't even ask me if I wanted to go on any. They had like zero faith. It's so funny because they all see where I'm at now and they be reaching out and saying, hi. And I'd be like, looking at them funny, got a little shade, I'm like, But, now that I am where I am and when I see students who are similar to me, because I was hungry when I got to college. So my freshman year, I just took some time, really adjusting, trying to make sure my grades and stuff were good, that I was being the college student. But sophomore, junior, and senior year, it's like I took off. I wanted to be at all the conferences. I wanted to be connected to the professors. I wanted to like political science was my passion at the time. So if there was anything political related or intersected with politics or that was social justice related, I was there a part of it. Now, the piece of advice I would give to someone like myself is to continue to be curious. I would tell them it's okay to sit back and enjoy the moment because time is the most important thing in the world because you don't get it back. It can't be replaced.
Cancer is a very touchy subject to talk about, and the K.L. Foundation came to Bennett College to talk to us Bennett Bells.
Yes, I think it was a great opportunity for them to come and speak to us Black women because we need to know more about how to be safe, breast cancer, and just know about checkups and things like that. So I think that was very important for us to know and be more focused on.
Monteria, you actually got the chance to talk to some of the people from the foundation. So what did you learn?
Yes, I was very inspired by their efforts and really taking more focus on what was going on and the resources and information they was giving us about cancer or any type of illness that women or men go through.
Let's look at some highlights from ACES and Monteria's interview.
Do you have women in your life that you care about? Yes or yes? Yes. Of course you do. This is the next one. You can just click yes, because yes or yes. If you had the power to help one woman from getting cancer, would you do it? Just one. Yes or yes. Thank you. I thank you for your engagement. Yes, thank you. We take another 90 seconds to help save a life. Yes or yes. I love it. I appreciate Bennett Bells. Love them. So here's what you can do in 90 seconds. You can shoot a text to a woman you care about. Hey, have you been screened? Hey, you could do that. You could also call a woman that you care about. You could do that. And you can share the resources that we provide. Odell, how am I going to get these resources? I mean, I would love to do this. I just said, here's how you do it. Scan this QR code. You just did it before. Scan it. We're going to send you information, and all you do is what you just did. You simply take a screenshot of that email and you send it to social media, or you share it on social media, you post it. And I want to ask you to be very intentional about having conversations with the people that you love.
So what do you think that the coach would see about the whole process about today?
So Coach Al would be just super excited about the empowerment tour. She would just be so proud of Odell, and just she's an encourager. She's a person who lifted us all up, and she would just be, I think, proud of the work of the K.L. Cancer Fund. And as Jenny said, she was an educator. She was a teacher, and she saw the sport of women's basketball as a way to, she used to say, I know I coach basketball, but I would like to say I coach people. And so that's really what the Empowerment Tour is doing. It's really equipping, educating, equipping and empowering people, coaching people, teaching people, and empowering them to be change agents in this whole narrative around all cancers affecting women, and disparities and inequalities, and helping to break down barriers. And so I think Coach Al would be really
pleased and excited and very motivated. And she would say to all of us, thank you, but we can do more. And together we will do more, and we can change the narrative in this space.
We recently had an ACES program on the superheroes of the civil rights movement. I was attending virtually, but Francie, you had a chance to attend in person. How was that?
I got the chance to meet Rosalind Smith. She is a Bennett Belle who helped plan the sit-in movement. Afterwards, I had lunch with her at the Civil Rights Museum.
What an amazing way to celebrate Black History Month. Francie, what inspired you most about that event?
What inspired me the most was the question of what our generation is going to do, especially with social media.
We also found out that Marilyn Macco, a Bennett Belle who also participated in the sit-ins, will be receiving a sit-in participant award from the Civil Rights Museum this summer. Let's check out some highlights from our Super Sheroes event.
I remember, as if it were yesterday, Dr. Player and just how she was. She was always in that car alone, taking care of us. Even when we walked to town on Saturdays, see her driving around, watching, protecting by herself. But when she came to the jail, I remember it. We were all there. At that point, I think close to half of the student body was in jail. And she came and just stood in her way and talked with us, let us know that things were going to be all right, that they were working on our release. And she just was a calming force. I mean, I never felt fear.
So my experiences at Bennett and my classmates, I would give nothing for them. They were awesome. And I'm in touch with a lot of them. It was just a great experience. So I am glad that I was able to participate. And even as of now, we're still in this fight. We're still in it. And I hope the young people realize we haven't arrived yet. We have to be strong.
Man. Yes, amen. Miss Graham, are you in this photo right here? Can you see?
Yes. One with the sunglasses.
That's right. That's Shirley.
That's me. And the other one up there with her head, the one with her head down, that is Ann Brown.
Right. Another classmate.
That's another class. That's Ann Brown. Yes.
Wow.
That's that 1961 class.
Marianne Bender is a white young woman who transferred from Ohio Wesleyan. She was an exchange student, but she decided to stay at Bennett and she graduated. She's a minister now, and she comes to campus fairly frequently. And the one in the white shirt she was from Hampton, Virginia. I can't think of her name right now, but I remember her well. But Ann Brown was one of our classmates as well.
That wasn't Sandra, was it?
Yeah, Sandra was her name.
Sandra Downing?
Sandra Downing, that's
right, yeah.
The issue of representation constantly come up. And since I've taken the role of CEO of the institution in 2016, unfortunately, I wasn't around in 2009 when they were laying out the International Civil Rights Center. I would never have been able to see our way clear to exclude the powerful role of Dr. Willa Player and the students that were here on campus at that time. It is a huge missed opportunity, but one that our employees have taken up, and we've started some discussions with the college to make sure that the women of Bennett are represented.
The Bennett newspaper is back, but online. It's called the Bennett Banner Blast. And Monteria and I have actually been writing articles for our class.
Yes, I love writing articles for the class. It has been very interesting. And I have written an article with HB 2020, and I wrote an article about Marilyn Macco, who is receiving the sit-in participant award.
And actually, breaking news, some of our COVID restrictions are going to be lifted soon.
And yes, you will see that on the Bennett banner too.
So make sure you check out this address. Thank you all for tuning in to the Weekly Ring, and make sure you stay tuned for our next episode, Women's History Month. So So, Sinclair, what was your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is to start journaling more. What about you, Francie?
My New Year's resolution was to be a little nicer in sharing. So this ending, I will let you ring the bell.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I don't have to leave the room?
No.
Okay.